Welcome to The Sip List, the podcast where we drink wine and count down our top 5 favorites of all the things. The Sip List does contain spoilers as well as explicit content, so please keep this in mind as you're listening at work, in your car, with your kids, wherever. The Sip List does not claim ownership of any sound clips used in this episode, as any clips are owned by the original copyright holders. Thank you and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Sip List. I don't know why I wave like that, but hello.
Because we're live.
Hello. Hello. Okay, anyway. I'm Amanda, your host, and this is the podcast where we drink wine or don't drink or, have edibles or whatever, and count down our top 5 favorites of all the things. And I'm very excited about this episode. I'm always excited to have Chancey back because it's been a hot minute. So, hey, Chancey, what's up?
What's up? I'm pretty stoked about this episode as well.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one. So, and then Shanna is also here, which is always lovely. Hello, Shan.
That sounded almost ominous. It's really lovely.
Always lovely.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be back.
Well, I wish that I had. So Shanna knows, but Kevin redid my Sip Libs and added, I don't even know how to describe what he did. He trained an AI thing to read it back in my voice without me having to talk. And
That's awesome.
It's awesome, but it's also really creepy because then last night he starts sending messages to Casey and Shanna with me saying stuff I didn't say, and I'm like, this is a little terrifying. But
apparently Pedro Pascal called Amanda and told him he's madly in love with me and wants to have 800 butt babies with me.
Yeah.
So I'll be busy next weekend.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think I'll be busy next weekend. Doesn't sound like he wants to get busy with you. Oh wait, yes, he does.
800 butt babies.
I thought that was for me.
Yeah, he left you the message to pass along to me.
That's right. I can't. Okay, so Freddie says this is my favorite subject. We know all 5 of yours would be from some Final Destination movie. Okay, so we also have back for the second time Donna from Dawn of the Dead, and I'm so excited you're here for this. How are you?
I am good. Dreading Monday. I don't want to go to work, but all things considered, I'm okay. And I'm very happy to be back. Thank you for asking me for this one.
I am taking a break from my binging of AMC Fear Fest since yesterday, and right now they're about to be showing Halloween Resurrection, which I have no desire to watch unless I'm really, really altered. So
is that the Busta Rhymes one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, unfortunately it is.
And Tyra Banks.
It's like Happy Halloween, motherfucker. Something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me, guys. I'm still coughing. So yes, Casey says I sang Baby Shark. I did not sing it. My AI sang it, but it was really weird.
At some point, you have to just take responsibility for your actions, Amanda.
If I were to sing Baby Shark, I would sing it better than the AI. I mean, no offense to Kevin, because that's crazy and creepy and amazing, but the singing part of it is still a little like, damn it. Oh, speaking of, we're just sitting here talking about Sip Libs, and I haven't even pulled it up yet. Donna, are you sipping on anything today?
I actually am sipping on water because I had way too much coffee. So I have to kind of balance that shit out.
Yeah, I could see that.
Get all that caffeine out of your system. Shanna, what are you doing over there?
I am sipping upon an iced energy drink that Alani New Stuff that I've been drinking. The
Okay.
Hawaiian ice one's delicious. Feel free to sponsor us.
But also, please be careful with the energy drinks because, I mean, I don't know how much caffeine those things have. I know you and Casey have been drinking them lately and like them. So, because it's powders, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mix it. It says 16 ounces, and I mix it with 40 ounces, and I drink one a day. And it's the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee.
Okay, cool.
And I don't like hot coffee.
Sorry. Okay. Well, just saying.
And I only drink one a day.
I may have to try it. Chancey, what do you got going on over there? Anything?
I'm just drinking Pepsi, man.
I'm the only one getting drunk today. That figures. It's all right. I don't even care. It's not drinking alone when my animals are with me. And now I'm with you guys. So cheers.
Exactly.
I was drinking mimosas. Now it's just what was left of the champagne. So, okay. So I'll read a few comments. Casey said, I spoke the truth that Freddie is better than Michael. So that's another thing that Kevin decided to say with the AI. And we all know that's not true. That's why AI had to say it. Love you. And now Freddie has Baby Shark in his head. Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
It's catchy as fuck, y'all.
It
really is. So we are here to talk about our top 5 horror movie kills. Sorry, I'm trying to read comments and talk at the same time, and I can't do that. I feel like a zip list of most annoying songs, Freddie, would be equal parts amazing and torturous. So maybe we can make that happen. Shan, are you okay? You're not dying, are you?
No, I'm not dying.
Okay.
Why would you assume I'm dying?
Somebody was coughing. I thought it was you.
Not me.
Oh.
Not me.
Do I have a ghost? Chancey? Is it Casey?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, it is October 1st. It is spooky season. So we are going to do our top 5 horror movie kills. But before that, we are going to do the Sip Libs. I unfortunately don't get to debut the new version today, but it will be ready soon. And actually later today, I'll be posting the video of Kevin showing it to me and my reaction, which was very interesting.
It was fantastic. I'm so glad I was there for it.
All right. So this Sip Libs, and I put in horror movie kills, and it's called The Unlikely Hero. So this is going to be interesting. Donna, we'll start with you. The name of a town.
Midwich.
Okay. Actually, I'll go the other way. Sorry. Chancey, an occupation.
Chiropractor.
Nice. Hey, Shanna, a name.
Clitosaurus Rex.
Say what now?
Clitosaurus Rex.
Clitosaurus Rex? Okay. Yes. I want to make sure I heard that right. A season. I'm going to say Hello Thanksmas. I told George today that it officially has kicked off the season of straight holiday time.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Donna, a verb ending in ing.
Skipping.
Okay. Chancey, a verb ending in ing.
Falling.
Okay. Oh, Jesus, help me. Shanna, a terrifying creature.
A terrifying what?
Terrifying creature.
Chupacabra.
Okay, that's not that bad. A profession. Let's say fluffer. Kevin's watching, and it's one of his favorites. Okay, another profession, Donna.
Telemarketer.
Ooh, okay. Chancey, a ridiculous weapon.
A double-headed dildo.
Ooh, that will definitely get you. Shanna, a verb ending in ed.
Sparkled.
Okay. Ooh, finally an adjective. So here we go with certifiably fuckable. And now I get a verb ending in ed. Well, I'm going to say fucked because nobody has yet. Okay, Donna, a household item.
Meat tenderizer.
Ooh.
That could also be a random weapon.
That's what I was going to say too. I'm pretty sure it probably has been. Chancey, a noun?
Hmm.
I don't think that's a noun.
I know.
Just kidding.
Hamster.
Ooh. Oh, God. Okay, last one. Shanna. A trap.
Reverse bear trap.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was just watching Saw.
Nice. Okay, so sorry, there's a lot of comments, but Freddie just said, imagine that police report beat to death by a double-headed dildo. I mean, it'd be interesting. One of my best friends is a doctor and he moonlights in ERs a lot. And let me just
Ooh.
say, doctors and cops, they get some interesting stories. A lot
Yeah.
of stories. Okay, here we go. The unlikely hero. In a small town called Midwich lived a chiropractor named Clotosaurus Rex. Yeah. One chilly Hallow Thanksmas, Clotosaurus Rex noticed strange occurrences. Doors skipping on their own and lights falling at random. Soon the town was plagued by a Fupacabra. The local fluffer and telemarketer were helpless against it. I feel like the fluffer should know its way around a Fupacabra. Just saying.
You'd think.
It was only Clotosaurus Rex, armed with a double-headed dildo, who could face it. He's well armed. As screams echoed through the night, Clotosaurus Rex sparkled towards the certifiably fuckable beast. The monster fucked at the sight of his weapon. Well, of course he did. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to start over because I thought it was the same weapon. It's not. The monster fucked at the sight of his weapon, a lethal meat tenderizer.
Oh.
Just as Clotosaurus Rex was about to strike, they slipped on a hamster and fell into a hidden reverse bear trap that the fluffer and telemarketer had set earlier. The creature went tumbling in, and against all odds, Clotosaurus Rex, the chiropractor, became the unlikely hero of Midwich.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
I'd watch that movie.
I would
definitely
too.
would watch that one.
Like, I really would. I'm not going to lie. That's pretty good.
Gosh.
Throw some
All
heavy
right.
metal, and it could be the sequel to Deathgasm.
Yes.
Oh, I would love that. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing. Okay. I'm so ready for this. I can't wait to see what everybody came up with, especially after Donna's lovely explanation of that plate glass window from Final Destination 2. I still can't get that Jell-O-filled body bag out of my head. Okay, so top 5 horror movie kills. And I don't know how you guys did it, but my list, because I had a fairly long list. My top 5 consists of either things I have to look away from or made me cringe really hard, like it traumatized me, or it's something that I really just love watching. Like, it's something that's like, oh, that's just classic. So that's kind of how I decided. What'd you guys do?
I went with anything that made me go, whoa.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stuff I thought was cool.
Yeah.
All right, Donna, you get to start with your number 5.
Okay. So my number 5 probably, well, that's the reason it's my number 5. It's a good one, but it's not top tier, but I still think it's a really good kill. And these are all going to be spoiled movies, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But so not a huge fan of Alien Resurrection, but I do love the kill in that movie. There's one where the chest burster is getting ready to come out, and there's this like real asshole military person on the ship. And so the person who's having this chest burster goes toward this gentleman and the chest burster comes out of this guy's head, out of his chest and into that guy's head. It is the best and goriest thing I've ever seen.
It's
So
awesome.
hands down, that's one of my favorite ones. Hands down.
That's
So
awesome.
that's number 5.
That's awesome. I haven't seen Alien Resurrection, so I will say Alien or like sci-fi. Well, some sci-fi horror I like, but mostly sci-fi horror is not really my jam.
Right.
So-
Yeah. And it's not the best out of all of the Alien movies, but that particular kill, I think, is one I didn't expect to see. So it was really, really a good moment. And I was just kind of like, what the fuck? Can that
Right.
happen? And I guess it can, because it did.
Apparently, just like a double-headed dildo. So Freddie said, if you like kills, check out Dead Meat Kill Count on YouTube. Is that a podcast or I don't know, but yeah, I love horror
Yeah.
kills, so definitely check that out. And then Freddie says, the nail gun from Final Destination 5. That is a good one. That was a good one.
I feel like we could do one on Final Destination, just a whole episode of that alone, because it's
Yeah.
just like the Rube Goldberg of death, you know?
Yes.
Like,
Saw and Final Destination could easily have
Yeah.
their top 5. So
absolutely.
did anyone else have that alien kill?
Nope.
Nope. That's a good one though. I like it. I like it.
Nice. Okay, Chancey, what's your number 5?
So funny thing is I have 4 like honorable mentions. One completely that's a total joke. So I'm going to start with the total joke and then give you my number 5.
Okay.
The total joke one comes from the scariest movie that I've ever seen, and that's Tony from West Side Story. His death was
Oh my
terrifying.
Well, that's not a horror movie, but sure.
Hey, it's the
It's
scariest fucking thing I ever saw in my life. I don't know. But
Aw.
so like for number 5 on mine was Jason Voorhees from Part 7, where he snatches that lady up in that sleeping bag and just fucking bam! I
have that on
picked
my list.
I specifically
As a
picked
honorable
that.
mention.
Oh, okay, it's an honorable mention for you. I was gonna say if you got it on your list, I'll go with one of my backups. But I remember watching that as a kid, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's awful too. Like, oh my
I
god.
don't want to
could you
go
imagine?
camping ever. Don't zip up my sleeping bag.
Yeah, I almost made my top 5 just because it's so funny.
Mhm.
I know, right?
I mean, who knew a sleeping bag could be the death of you? Like, yeah, that's a great scene.
That's really a good one.
So Donna, you didn't have that one?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you had that, Chancey, because it was definitely on my honorable mentions. Now I can mark it off. Okay, Shanna, what do you got?
I am going with the kill of the blood-sucking lawyer from 13 Ghosts, when the sliding glass pane cuts him in half, and then like the front of him slides down, and you can see like the inner workings of him on the other half.
That is a really good one.
Bravo. That was one
Touche.
of my honorable mentions. That's such a good kill.
It is a fun movie. I love that movie.
And
Yeah.
it happened so fast. Like he doesn't even he can't even blink. And then we see the glasses fall, and then you see the
Mhm.
body kind of, man, it was really, really good. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Freddie says that's his number 1. And there's a kill like that in House on Haunted Hill too, isn't there? I feel like not House on Haunted Hill. Also, I feel like there's a kill, but like that. Maybe I am just thinking of 13 Ghosts. Okay,
It could have been like a falling piece of glass or something. I'm not sure. I'm
There's
trying
the
to
guy
think.
that gets cut
Yeah,
in half, but
something
I don't
like
think
that.
it was glass. But
The one guy Owen Wilson gets decapitated by the fire paste thingy.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Cell horse vibes, Kevin? Like the movie Cell? That movie
Oh,
scares me.
like the movie Cell, where they have the horse in the little divided sections. Like that's what it looks like the little slices.
Yeah, it looked like perfectly sliced. Like you
Mhm.
couldn't really do that with a human. I don't think. Like where were the bones? I can't ever stop thinking about that stuff now that you brought that up last time you were here.
I couldn't help it. It was like he's a Jello kid. How did you not know your kid was just Jello? How was he
Yeah.
walking
No
around?
bones.
No bones.
All right,
Jello
Amanda, what you got?
jigglers make me giggle.
Hit us with yours, Amanda.
So my number 5 is the only like mass killing on my list. The rest of them are all individual kills. But this is one that I have to look away from. But the first time I saw it, my jaw was dropped for like a good 60 seconds. And it is the opening of Ghost Ship with
Got that one on my number
Oh.
one.
Oh,
all
That
the
is my
party
number
guests where
one.
they get sliced
piano
with that
wire.
wire. Yeah.
yeah.
Just I did not see that coming, and I was like, what the fuck?
You know, that's funny because they didn't see it coming either.
Clearly. And then imagine you're that little kid and you don't get killed because you're too short, but then everybody else is dead.
Can
And
you
then
imagine
I-
the smell after a while?
So I'm like really when I watch that one, I'm thankful that I'm short because I'm only 4'11. And I'm like, I'm only 4'11. So I'm like, okay, I might have fared okay if I was on that ship at that time. My husband's like, yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah. Kevin says, I knew it. I don't know if that's about my thing or what. And then Freddie said that's his number 4. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
it's a good one. It's honestly like whenever I watch, which I don't rewatch Ghost Ship a lot, but I definitely don't look because it's like anything, and honestly, anything where there's piano wire, I get scared now.
Mm-hmm.
Between that movie and Cape Fear, where he kills that lady with it. And then I saw something the other night. So I guess they did, Shudder did last year. It was the, 101 scariest movie moments of all time, which Casey and I will actually be doing our own version of this week because we disagreed with a lot of, they redid the top 10. So it wasn't the original top 10, but they redid it and added some different stuff. And I don't remember the movie. It was I think it was called Audition.
Oh,
I can't remember if it's Japanese or Korean.
It's Japanese.
She has this guy tied down and is using what looks like a piano wire on his ankles, just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I was just like,
yeah.
Oh. Or when you're watching The Godfather and you see him strangle people with piano wire and you know it's like cutting their skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ugh. So gross.
Yeah. Get it.
Okay. Okay, Donna, what's your number 4?
So my number 4, it's kind of a horror comedy, but it's actually one of my favorite kills because if you've seen The Cabin in the Woods, they have all of these kind of, I guess, different horror tropes that the people in the cabin has to pick to, dispatch them in this great fashion. And then we get to see all the players behind the scenes. And there's this one guy, I think his name is like Bradley Whitford. I can't remember the actor, but he wants to see a merman. That's all he wants to see. He wants somebody to pick the merman. And when all hell breaks loose in this containment center and all of these monsters are unleashed, he finally sees a merman, but the merman is coming to kill him. And he is gross and horrific and has fangs, and it's terrible. And then his only reaction is like, oh, come on. It's like he's going to see it, but he's also going to die in like 2 seconds. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Okay. I have not seen that either.
And the
That's
merman
great.
has
Cabin in the
gills.
Woods?
Yeah,
Cabin in the Woods, yep.
So the merman has gills, and of course, when he's attacking him, all of the blood is spraying out of the gills. It's just one of the best horror kills. I absolutely love it. Amanda, I'm so sorry I'm grossing you out. I can tell by that
it's
face
okay.
you're
I'm
making.
trying to, because I know it's
great.
Cabin in the Woods, but I don't remember. Maybe I blocked it out.
It's at the very end when they
it's at
don't
the very
make
end.
it. Yeah.
When all hell's breaking loose.
Yeah. All
of the
hell is
monsters are
breaking loose.
and we've got like unicorns stabbing people. I mean, honestly, any of the kills in A Cabin in the Woods would be probably one on this list, but the merman was just my favorite because he just so wanted to see one so badly. And of course, when he does, it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you get for wanting to see weird stuff that isn't supposed to exist. So did anybody else have that?
Nope.
Okay. Nice. Oh, Shanna, I'm sorry. Did you say you had the Ghost Ship one as an honorable mention, or was it on your list?
It was number 1 on my list.
Oh, I am so
Oh.
sorry. I can't believe we just skipped over that.
That's okay. You summed up
awesome.
my appreciation for that, so I don't need to say anything.
Okay, are you sure?
Absolutely.
Okay, I apologize. I
That's
just now
okay.
realized you said. I was like, wait, what happened?
What had happened
Okay.
was
What had happened was, so there it was. Chancey, what's your number 4?
No, number 4 for me was Frank Zito, the killer from Maniac, the original Maniac, when he jumps up on that car and then he shoots. They called him Disco Boy. Yeah, it's oh my god, I can't. I'm blanking on his name right now, and I'm
Tom
disappointed in my Tom Savini. Yes, thank you.
Oh yeah,
Literally, it was a real shotgun and a real bullet,
Mhm.
or a shell anyway. And Tom Savini basically shot himself in the face. That I was just like, oh. When I first saw that, I was like, no fucking way. There's no way that wasn't a real bullet, dude.
Spoiler alert, it was.
Fuck yeah, it was.
I don't think I've seen Maniac in like at least 10 years.
I
need to rewatch
couldn't.
it.
I'm telling you, if you're gonna start, make sure you start with the old one. But I would,
Mhm.
I would be morally remiss to not recommend the remake. Elijah Wood is a fucking genius in that
He
movie.
kills it in that
Really?
movie. It's so good. Yeah.
Literally.
I haven't seen that. Oh, literally. Okay. I haven't seen
Ba-dum-bum.
that one. Okay, well, I did not have that. Anybody else?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
I feel like my list is going to be disappointing compared to y'all's, but we're going to see. Okay, Shanna, what's your number 4?
I am going with one of my favorite kills, and it isn't even. I don't even know how to describe it, but Hereditary, when Charlie has her head out the window.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh.
That'll
On my
teach you to
honorable
eat cake at a
mentions.
at a party. That'll teach you.
Ugh.
And that'll teach
Yeah.
you don't put your head out the car.
I mean, yeah, and I have that as an honorable mention, but I didn't use it because shut up, Shanna. We don't talk about that. I didn't use it because it technically wasn't a murder, but yeah, that was brutal. It's like in Identity when that lady steps out into the street and just gets smashed by that car. You're like, or like Final Destination when the girl, anything where somebody like steps out in front of a car, just like anything like that is like really scary.
So
to me.
quick. And the fact that he just like left her in the car and went to bed.
Right? That's the weirdest part for me. And then he just lets the parents find her. Like,
I would have been like, somebody must have stole the car. I was here all night.
I don't know. Toni Collette is amazing in that movie. I love
Yeah,
her.
she really is.
Yeah. That movie is really scary, but yeah. Okay. Good one, Shanna. Good one. Anybody else have that?
No.
Sorry. My cough is really bad today. I apologize. Okay. So my number 4 is not really, it's pretty lame actually, but I picked it because it's in the realm of what I consider to be the most terrifying way to die. One of my biggest fears is suffocating or drowning. Anything where I can't breathe. That is like one of my biggest fears. So I picked Claire's death in Black Christmas. When he suffocates her with that dry cleaning bag.
Yeah.
Because you just see her face plastered to it and it's just like yeah. So it's not like a super creative, crazy kill, but it's so terrifying because I don't even like to use plastic bags at all because of that. Like, I do not want to die that way at all.
I mean, that's a really good one though, Amanda, because it gets under your skin, you know, especially if you have that fear. But that's one of the few horror movies when I see it, it really creeps me out. Like I have all the lights fully on in my house because I can't. It's just too terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's one of those kills that could really, like, if someone broke into your house and they were trying to take you out, the chances of someone picking me up and swinging me in a sleeping bag against a tree are pretty slim to none. Because number 1, I don't camp, and number 2, they don't make sleeping bags in my size, and number 3, it's hard to get me up off the ground. So that's way less likely than someone just grabbing a grocery bag and wrapping my fat face in it.
My
And
God.
they're just all downstairs having a party while that's happening. Like, that's the other thing too, is it's like, I feel like it would be so terrifying to be dying knowing there's somebody there that could save you and they just don't know what's going
And
on.
they don't know. Yeah.
What
Wow.
always
That's a
what
good
always
one.
bothers me about those is the whole like I don't know. Has anybody ever actually been choked with a bag over their head? Like somebody tried to get them and scare them or something like that. I don't know
What kind
when
of
it
people
happened.
do you hang out with?
Not the best. Not the best. All right. I had some bad friends growing up.
Oh,
That would be the
wow.
last time I ever talked to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we kind of had this thing where it was like, how realistic is it? So we'd kind of put ourselves in situations like we waterboarded each other one time to see what it was
Oh
like.
my god!
What? I mean, but like they put the bag over my head, and the first thing I did was just stuck my finger in my mouth and popped a hole.
get
I'm
the
just
hole, right, 'cause common
oh
sense.
god.
Okay, but I think it's different when it's like a plastic grocery bag, yeah, because it has such a big hole and then too. But like a dry cleaning bag, it'd be pretty easy to suffocate
Mhm.
someone with that.
It would. You're right, but I would still be clawing at my mouth, like
Right.
taking across the bottom canine.
People in
Have
horror
you
movies
guys
don't
ever
do
seen
that.
The Life of David Gale?
I can't say
Yes.
as I have.
A long time ago.
Yes.
Where she like handcuffs herself, swallows the key, and then has someone tape a bag around her head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Freddie said he had to go, but he left the rest of his list. So thank you for watching, Freddie. Laser beams in Saw 7. I haven't seen that. The Hostel, the cutting of the heels. Yeah, anything where somebody's heels get cut. Oh, I'm with
Like
you.
the Achilles
Oh.
tendon back in the
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No.
No thanks. And being sucked down a drain from Final Destination. Okay, I guess I need to watch more Final Destination movies because I don't remember those.
They all blur together for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do.
very cool. Okay, Donna, you're number 3.
Oh. Number 3. So this is probably the tamest one I have on this list so far. And it's probably because I was a teen when I saw this, but the vampire death in The Lost Boys, and Corey Haim says the death by stereo. I don't know. I
Yes.
just like that one. I don't know what it is when I see these little teenagers in peril, but the fact that, he actually shot the arrow, and the first time the vampires are like, "You miss, sucker," and then he does it again, and then he kills him, and I'm just like, "Yeah, you got it," And then they play that little In Excess song or whatever. But it's real cheesy, but it's just one of my favorite kills because most kids aren't brave enough to stand up to it anyway. I know it's a movie, but I like the fact that he missed and then he tried it again and then he killed him. So that's it.
I honestly,
that's the
if I ran into vampires, I would have to start my shark clock back over again. Like my day countdown since the last time I shit my pants. Like I would have to start it over. Because if I saw a vampire, I would be like, well, shit. Literally. Like, no thank
Literally.
you.
Right. So yeah, that's my tame. I tried to not go as crazy as I did with Deathgasm with the Benoit balls and the dildos.
that was a good one. That was a good one. Maybe
That
if I
was
go watch
good.
this-
It was a good movie.
It really
Yeah.
was. I can't wait to see the second part when it comes out.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing either. Okay.
Yep.
Very nice. All right, Chansey, what do you got? Number 3.
Art the Clown.
Oh
No!
God. Oh my God.
Is that
From-
the Terrifier clown?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am. So from the second one, when he kills Allie, and it's one of those things where it's a slow burn because, like, he does all of the monstrous mutilation stuff, and then her mom comes in, and then she's all like, because she wasn't dead yet. Oh God, he's just cutting parts off her thigh, just puts it in her lap and just
Jeez.
play with her. And then all of a sudden, she just comes to life like that dude from Sloth in 7. He's just like,
Yeah. That scared the shit out of me the first time I saw it. Like, I screamed. Okay, good one. Good one. Yeah. I have never seen the second Terrifier, nor will
Oh,
I
it's
ever.
so
see
good.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta watch them. They're so good.
I've seen the first one.
Amanda's like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
good.
good after the first
I'll
one.
let you guys talk about it. It's gore for gore's sake, and I'm not like criticizing there's all different kinds of horror, but
Mhm.
sometimes it gets to be too much, which is why I stopped watching Saw, and which is why I didn't watch any more of the Hostel movies. Like I just,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just not for me. Torture porn is not my thing. That's okay. If it is your thing, good for you. No kink shaming. Okay, Shanna, what do you got for number 3?
Amanda will definitely appreciate this one because we watched this movie together a few nights ago, and it is the final death scene in The Strangers.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's because it's
so scary.
it's so sad. It's heartbreaking because, you know, she's just like, look at me, look at me, look at me, you know, trying to like comfort him
Mhm.
in his final moments. And then, you know, they both get stabbed and you can hear the pain. Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, I like not literally, but felt like I almost felt their pain. Like especially when she gets stabbed, when they just watch that
Mhm.
girl stick that knife slowly into her stomach, she's like, oh, yeah, that. Oh
Mm.
man, good one, Shanna.
like
one
that
is-
whole movie had a fart on the floor for me. Like terrifying.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a scary, and again, because it could really happen.
It
Like,
Yeah.
it can happen.
and the
Yeah.
why are you doing this to us? Because you were
You're
home.
home.
Because you were
And when I
home.
saw the trailers for that, I was thinking it was going to be some like paranormal twist, you know,
Mhm.
like, but no, it was even worse. Like, but in a good way.
Yeah. That's a good one. I didn't have that. I didn't think of that at all. Okay, and I have Casey. I don't think he's still watching me. He's gonna be disappointed in me because none of the Nightmare on Elm Street kills made my top 5. But I do have a lot on my honorable mentions. Oh, Kevin's leaving us too. Robert takes all of your list. Of course he does. Okay, bye, Kevin. I don't know when Robert exploded that guy in the truck, his head. That was kind of cool. It was like, don't look at my girlfriend. Don't fuck with my girl. I'll blow your head off.
I'm an angry tire.
Okay. So my number 3 is one that I do look away from, but it still gives me satisfaction because this fucking guy had it coming and I did not feel sorry for him at all. And it is, I can't remember how to say his name, Krug, in the remake of Last House on the Left. He's the main guy who Tony Goldwyn sticks his head in a microwave and blows his head up at the end.
Yeah.
I love that.
That
Yeah.
guy deserved every bit. I wish he would have like instead of just like turned it on and let it go, like slow play him. Like turn it on for like 10 seconds and then stop it. Give him a breather. Then turn it on for like 20 seconds and give him a breather. Just keep
I
doing
never
it.
understand like why. Okay, like you know, in horror movies when they're drowning people, why do they pull them out of the water and then stick them back? And you got to start over again.
Yeah,
like
Mhm.
just keep them down in the water. If you pull them back up, you're giving them false hope. Maybe that's what they like.
maybe that's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
Dramatic effect. Dre's here. Thanks, Dre. We are talking about horror movie kills, our top 5 favorite. So yeah, I agree with you, Shannon. I actually never thought about that. The only one I really think of with that is which I don't know if anybody has it on their list. It's on my honorable mentions, but Nurse Karen in Halloween 2. And the only reason I could think he's pulling her out is because his hand was getting scalded and his hand needed a break.
But
Yeah,
also,
I can see
Right.
that.
yeah, but anytime you see, like in Last House on the Left, when they're trying to drown her in the water, they pull her back out and they're like, you like that? And then they just shove her back. I mean, she can hear you in the water.
It's torture.
She can hear you. Leave her in there. Just let her die. Like, quit. It's like a cat with a mouse.
No, it's a form of torture.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, yeah, that guy in Last House on the Left, I did not feel bad at all when his head got blown up in the microwave. So,
Yeah.
okay, we are down to number 2. Donna, what do you have?
Okay. So I went with Stu's death in Scream in the first one, the 1996, because One, he was a bad guy, and I was happy to see him go. Two, I love the fact that Sydney pushes that TV on top of his head and just crushes him. Because, that TV had a sizable ass. Like, if we did that with the flat screen, like flat screen TVs now, it just might give him a bump or something. But that TV was, baby had
Girthy.
back and a lot of, wideness. So
His head went all the way in.
all the way in. It was so satisfying to see that because he was just the dirt bag, and I was happy for him to die. So that's my pick. And I don't know. I think those hefty TVs, you could do a lot of damage,
Yeah.
But the flat
If
screen,
you
you
could
just
move
pick it up
them.
and swing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
yeah.
you can move those heavy TVs, then yeah.
Yeah.
great.
And it was satisfying, to see him kind of writhing underneath after all of the carnage that he did. So
And I think with Scream 2, it's the first time we really saw the victims fight back. Like, to the
Right.
extent that they did. Like, Sydney kicked Ghostface's ass when he broke into her house that first time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Well, I like that she did that to him. I mean, he's sitting there literally trying to murder her and then tries to flirt with her. And it's like, in your dreams, fucker, here comes a TV. Like, no.
So, dumb question. So they had this big elaborate party planned for the anniversary of Sydney's mom's death.
Right.
So why the fuck did they break into her house the first time trying to kill her? Like, would it have just ended then if they'd been successful?
No, I don't think they were actually trying to kill her.
Yeah, I think they were just fucking with her at that point, or making her feel paranoid and antsy and all of that, kind of revving her up.
I wonder that in horror movies all the time, Shan. When there's a final girl, I'm like, they've tried to kill her 17 times and haven't been successful. But yeah, what if they had been successful on attempt 1?
Like I told you guys before, like Laurie Strode should have taken one for the team. So many people would have lived.
Yeah,
like she should have just been like, all right, just what to do.
Like I told you the other night, the only reason Laurie lived is because of her untouched vagina. If she wasn't a virgin, that bitch would have died because she was stupid.
But you can't say that though, because Sydney had just given up her V card and she lived.
Yeah,
like she gave Billy her V card. I was like, what? Wait a minute, you can
do
that?
Then she killed him. So does that like reverse Uno it?
Was it like takesies backsies?
I mean, I guess so. But if you think about it, I'm getting way too horror nerdy right now. In Friday the 13th Part 2, the final girl was Jenny, and she also wasn't a virgin. So I guess it works for some people.
Well, it's just a thing people made up anyway. Like, everybody took Halloween and said, oh, John Carpenter is giving us this message about premarital sex. No, he wasn't. People read too much into that because they wanted to use it as a talking point in church. Like,
right.
That's never what he was going for. My thought, at least on Sydney, is that I'm going to say there's a 98.5% chance she did not orgasm, and I don't think it counts if she didn't.
There you go. That's it. I mean, they weren't in there long enough for him to really like do anything like noteworthy.
Wait a minute.
Billy doesn't give a fuck.
No,
I'm a 43-year-old virgin.
No, okay. Let's put a pin in that so we can have a talk.
I'm just saying they were up there all of 15 minutes. So it was like, I'm not trying to be crude, but it's like probably 4 pumps and he was done.
Yeah.
And and then Sydney's like, oh, it's the best sex. No, it wasn't, girl. No, it wasn't.
It's the only sex you've ever had. Relax.
It's the only sex you ever had.
And can we talk about her just using Stu's parents' mom's brush? Like, gross. Use your own brush. Like, just don't pick up some random brush off the nightstand.
You were going to say the bed.
Huh?
I thought you were going to say the bed. You were talking about the hairbrush. I mean, I was watching one of the Halloween movies yesterday. Oh, I was saying this it was the original when I was tweeting with people, Linda and Bob having sex at the Wallace's house. To be fair, in high school, it is really hard to find legit places to screw your boyfriend. Like, it just is. So if the opportunity presents itself, of course, you have to. Oh, man. Okay. I don't even know where we are.
Oh, Chancy.
Okay.
Wait, no, I was just putting up the number.
Out, so.
I think it's Donna's number 2, isn't it?
No, she did
Oh,
hers.
no,
I'm-
With
that was my
Stu's
number
death.
2. Stu.
Oh, yeah, right.
Circle back around.
Um,
Circle back.
So my number 2 is probably the tamest or lamest on the list. I just remember it being something that I thought was a little scary when I was a child and kind of crazy just in general. But Job Smith from The Lawnmower Man,
Oh.
when he would, use his telekinetic molecular disintegration, I always wondered, like, what would that feel like? Would you be able to feel the atoms and molecules like tearing apart? I'm of the opinion that that movie should get a hard reboot. It'd be great.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in so long that I don't really remember. I think it would feel like if you exploded, right? Like if somebody blew you up, would it? I mean, I don't know.
I would think as well, but at the same time, it doesn't. It's a pretty slow. It's a slow burn. I
Mhm.
mean,
Okay.
it. Although I do have to say, going back and watching it, it's a hard watch.
Okay.
Is it because of the CGI and the,
Oh, it's so bad, yeah.
yeah. So the reboot
Nice.
would work because you could do better graphics and better
Yep.
like CGI stuff. I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Good one. All right. Well, maybe I'll just go YouTube that because I don't remember it. I could just YouTube that part.
It looks.
I mean,
terrible.
it's on Prime. If you want to subject yourself to it, the
Yeah,
director's cut, it's pretty good. You know, the director's cut's pretty good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, and I'm sorry, but just because they added a couple extra scenes, like my brother's all watch the producer's cut of Halloween 6. It'll change the way you feel about the movie. You did not change a goddamn thing about how I felt about that movie. That movie still sucks.
I bought that the other day. It's actually in transit to my house. I got a unrated Blu-ray copy. I spent so much money on it.
I think you're gonna have buyer's remorse about that. There is one part that I thought was really cool. So after you watch it, we can discuss if you'd like.
I've already seen it.
Oh,
I bootlegged it when I was a kid.
Oh, okay. The part with Loomis at the end I thought was cool, but other than that,
Oh yeah, for sure.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I actually liked how they went a bit more in depth. Everything was all thrown together and sloppy with the theatrical cut. It was,
Yeah.
although there was a kill from the 6th movie that made my honorable mentions list.
Oh, okay. Well then, there's actually some good ones there. Okay. Well, Shanna, what's your number 2?
This one is one that absolutely broke my heart. Like I cried, and that's Dewey's death.
Why are you
in
so
Scream
sad?
5.
Oh.
Ugh. He says it's been an honor. Fuck you, Ghostface.
Dewey went
So
out like a
sad.
fucking champ.
Yeah, he did.
Good.
That he did.
He saved
But
so many damn lives.
he shouldn't have died.
No.
That's another top 5 I'd like to do is people who died in horror movies that should have lived. Dewey might be
Right.
one.
That would be a good one. Yeah.
Dewey would be a hard sell for him to not make any list. Because, like,
Yeah.
for real, after the first movie, I would have been like Burt fucking Gummer strapped everywhere I fucking went.
He
Well, I
was
mean,
probably like, I don't
but
want to do these movies anymore working with my fucking ex-wife. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
That was probably it. Okay, well, good one, and thanks for bumming us all out.
I don't want to look at her and her stupid baby bangs.
Oh my god.
No, that's only in Scream 3, and those bangs were disgusting. Like
They were
whoever,
god awful. Like, what were
Who
you
did
thinking?
I don't know.
This is why everybody needs that one friend that's just going to be ballsy and say, "Girl, you cannot pull that shit off. Please don't wear your hair like this. Stop."
It's like when your kid accidentally cuts their own hair, and then you have to go
Ugh.
get them some stupid haircut. That happened with Abby, and I
Terrible.
was like, "This is what you get for chopping off random parts of your hair. Like, this is
Yeah.
the best we can do, kid." Okay, so my number 2, I did a cheater move, and I tied 2 together, because I think out of every horror movie death of movies I've seen enough of, these 2 are ones that are traumatizing and that I will still watch the movies, but I cannot watch. And one of these, you actually don't even see the death. But the first one is Buddy, the little boy in Halloween 3. The first kid to get killed when he gets killed with the mask.
The mask on.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I cannot with the spiders and the snakes
Mm.
and the bugs and it melting to his face and just like, no. Like, kudos to Halloween 3. Love that movie. Genius idea, but
Mhm.
no. Can't watch it. Ugh. And then you imagine all the kids in the world that have this mask are going to die like that.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
And then the other one is Nash in The Hitcher. And
Oh yeah, when they pull them apart.
oh god, I can't even talk about it. And
Yeah.
the great thing about that one to me, the great thing about that one to me is that you don't have to see it to know what's happening, and of course you sort of hear it. But that scared the Hitcher scared the shit out of me. Rutger
Yeah.
Hauer is terrifying. But
Have you
that
seen the
scene-
remake with Sophia?
Yeah, I think I did see it. But yeah,
That one.
I don't know.
It's
That
just-
death. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's not often that a kill in a movie can get you without you even having to see what's happening. Just that you know what's happening
Mhm.
and imagining it. Oh God. So yeah, those are my number 2. Can't watch ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are good ones.
And
I
how
love
did
those ones.
notice something nefarious going on?
Woohoo. What?
At the truck stop when he was like tying him up to the truck. Like, how did no one at the truck stop notice
Oh.
what he was doing?
Yeah, I don't know how they had noticed him tie her up. Once she was tied up, he's basically holding her hostage. But yeah. And the fact that he's
Right.
just sitting there taunting him with his foot on the brake, like, oh God, that whole scene is so, like, I can't even breathe through it.
Yeah.
So,
It's gut wrenching. That's terrible.
she did not deserve that.
Right.
Okay, we're down to number 1. Who's excited?
Oh my goodness.
Woo-wee.
Okay. So my number 1, if you've ever seen the movie The Frighteners, Michael J. Fox,
A long time.
Jeffrey Combs is in this movie. I absolutely love Jeffrey Combs. I have the biggest crush on him for whatever reason. Don't try to figure it out. I don't know.
That's cool.
But in this movie, The Frighteners, Jeffrey Combs plays this really kind of unhinged FBI agent. He's just weird as fuck for no fucking reason. Well, there's a reason, but he's just weird. He's just weird as shit. So in this movie, he gets killed, and it happens so fast. He gets a shotgun blast to the face, and it happens instantaneously to where all we see is the ectoplasm of him. He doesn't even realize that he's gone. And that's my favorite because it happens so fast. Like, there's not a whole lot of splatter or gore. There's a little bit of splatter, and then you see like his little ghostly apparition, and that's how fast it happened. Like, he doesn't
Okay.
even know he's gone. And that's my favorite.
Okay.
Hands down.
Very nice. I haven't seen that in so long. I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a fun little ghost movie, but
Yeah.
that part in particular, I absolutely love.
Okay. Love it. That's awesome. Okay, Chansey. I don't know if I want to know. I'm kind of scared. Go ahead.
No, mine's not really all that grandiose from the scheme of things.
The car full of chumps.
Yeah,
Some
right.
person-
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. Oh, fucking movie.
My number 1 was more so of something that I just went with the one I thought was the coolest when I first saw it, and that was Hellraiser 3 in the nightclub scene. Like, I just thought the whole thing from start to finish was just fucking awesome because, like, it starts off with this explosion and then the lights, and then you got Pinhead, and he's like, "Shall we begin?" And everybody's all freaking out, and he just fucking kills everybody. And then it just like it goes through the whole thing where it shows some of them and doesn't show some of them, and then it just gets to the doors where they try to get out, and the doors just shut, and all you hear is the sounds of the chain just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Oh, wow.
blood coming out from underneath the door. I'm like, oh yeah!
I have not seen Hellraiser 3, so
Oh my god, it's
Oh
so
my
bad, but
God.
it's so good.
It's really cheesy, but it's really good.
okay, well maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. The first one is so gross that I'm like, I don't know.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you might not want to watch that one then. I'm thinking about the kills in that right now, Chancey, and I don't think Amanda will like that one.
I
But
don't think
you're
she's
right.
made for it.
Probably not. I'm probably not. Okay.
It was really impactful to me because up until then I had never really seen like I always wondered about that too. Like, you got all these things going on. Surely
Mhm.
there's got to be somebody somewhere. What happens if they're in this group setting? Well, everybody fucking dies.
Everybody dies. Okay.
And you get to die. And you get to die.
You get a hook, and you get a hook.
All the
love that.
hooks. Okay, good choice. I'll YouTube it, or I'll look it up just to see. But and then we know Shan's number one. So me
Well,
and Shan
since
would
you since
Okay,
you
good.
took that one, I'm gonna slide one of my honorable mentions in there
Nice.
into my number one slot.
Slide.
Dirty.
Slide it into that spot, baby.
I am going with the box of tapes from Sinister.
Oh,
All of them,
wow.
just all of the deaths, like the kids killing their families. Okay,
yeah.
All right. That's
I'm
good. I like that.
especially the lawnmower one.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I have only seen that movie once because it was terrifying to me, and yeah, good one. Good one. Okay. So my number one is very tame. Nobody's going to be impressed with it, but it is from my favorite horror movie of all time. It's the one death in that movie that haunted my nightmares, that I would like go to sleep and just picture it. The person who died is on my shirt. Well, I guess it's not really, because under this is Michael Myers, but mine is Bob from Halloween.
Bob.
Halloween's the first horror movie I saw, and
Mhm.
it scared the shit out of me. Like, it traumatized me my entire childhood. And when he stabs into that wall, even though we know that would never actually work, like, just throw all that out the window. Well, he's just hanging on the wall and his feet go limp, and then Michael's just standing there doing this. And he's like, oh, that head tilt is so scary. Like, it's so scary. So, yeah. Is it one of the best horror movie deaths? No, but it's one of my favorites just because it was one of the things that truly scared me as a kid. So
That's actually one of my honorable mentions because I aspire to have a knife that has that kind of strength in my kitchen to hold up an entire person. I need that knife. That's all I'm saying.
So can we talk about that for a second, actually? Because I often wonder where these knives come from. I do a lot of cooking. I have seen a lot of sets of knives. I have never seen a butcher knife as big as that one or the ones in like subsequent Halloween movies. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but like, who the fuck has that in their kitchen?
Yeah.
You would almost think it'd be like a butcher or a chef or
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
something where it's required.
In that kind of profession, of course.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have 2 butcher knives in my house, but they're like,
Nothing that massive.
yeah, they're like, this big, and Michael Myers is like this big. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what other weapon like weirds me out too, and it's along the same lines. It's another Halloween weapon, but when he stabs the nurse in two with the scalpel and he's able to pick her up off of
Right.
the
Yes.
floor.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
Like,
It's just like,
I really feel like the
wrist-
manufacturers of that scalpel missed an opportunity for advertising.
yeah. Well,
Exactly.
same with the scalpel that he uses to stab Loomis at the end. I'm sorry, getting stabbed with a scalpel is not going to take you down like that. It's going to hurt, and you're not going to like it, but all it's going to do is cut through like the first 2 layers of your skin. It's not going to like. He acted like he got stabbed in the liver and fell down on the floor and couldn't
He's
get
got
up.
a flesh wound.
Oh my gosh. Walk it off.
So unrealistic, but yeah. I had a few from Halloween too on my honorable mentions, because Nurse Janet with the syringe in the head,
Yeah.
that one makes you think, like, was what killed her? Was it the needle through like the head, the eye socket, or do you think it was what was in there? Because she died fast.
Yeah.
I think it was air. He gave her an embolism
Embolism.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because he does the thumb thing and it opens it
And
up,
it goes in, right?
and then he puts it in and plunges.
Oh, okay. But you'd have to get somebody in the right spot to do that. Like if you're stabbing them in their cranium, it's not like giving somebody an air embolus in their veins or their even in their
Yeah.
blood. That would take longer. I don't know. Whatever. It's gore. Let's not.
And I've walked around with for 43 years with air in my brain. So
Okay, Donna, what honorable mentions do you have that we haven't talked about yet?
So we talked about Bob. Once again, I need to know who made this kitchen knife. I gotta have one with that kind of power.
Yeah.
That's
you
all.
should have
That's all
asked
I'm
John
saying.
Carpenter, Amanda.
Yeah,
should.
please.
That was probably why it was so big.
So I only have two more after that. Any of the kills or deaths in your necks, because that girl was in survival mode and she was home alone in the shit out of everybody in that movie. Like the blender, the hot oil. She's my hero, and I know I can survive any home invasion because I can just utilize all of that shit if I have it in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And then my last honorable mention was Christian the Dick in the bear suit in Midsummer. I was so glad that he died. Like that was one of my favorite things to watch. I was like, you piece of crap, burn and feel every single minute. And I'm usually not a violent person, but he deserved every bit of that. I mean, just ugh.
Yeah, he did. You are correct on that. Chancey?
So I still got 4. Number 1 or number 4, I should say, was John Ritter from Bride of Chucky with the improvised explosive nail bomb.
Yes. Good one.
John Doe from 7, the lust kill.
Oh my
I thought
God.
like that one actually made me cringe.
Yeah.
Because
I almost put that on my list, but
I don't even like to think about that, honestly.
I
that-
know.
Thanks for bringing it up.
coupled with the witness testimony from the guy that had it strapped onto him, fucking that guy should have got a goddamn Oscar.
He really should have. Like, oh God. Okay, we gotta move on. I can't.
So after that, it was Jason Voorhees in the final chapter when he killed that Rob guy, and he's all like, "He's killing me!" Then, like, it's funny for me to watch now and laugh at, but like when I first saw it, it was really off-putting because it's like
Yeah.
oh god. And then the Michael Myers kill from Halloween 6 is when he puts that nurse on the stone spike, and he just stands there and he looks at her.
Yeah.
He's like, huh. Because he just shoves her head on the spike, and it's just like, huh.
Yeah. That's nice.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a good one.
Okay. I didn't have any of those, so I like it. Shanna, do you have any?
I have a couple of honorable mentions that I haven't mentioned already. The first one is Tatum's death in Scream.
I have that.
Just like, I would panic because there's no way I'm making it through the doggy door on a garage.
Nobody's making it through
Me
a dog
either.
door. Like, come on.
And then my last honorable mention is Tina's death in Nightmare on Elm Street.
I have that one
Ugh,
too.
That's such a good one.
Yeah. Tina's almost made my top 5 because that again, you can't like see it. And it's just
Mhm.
like, ugh, it's terrifying. Okay. So Shanna and I had several in common.
Surprise!
Huh?
I said surprise.
Yeah, right. One that sorry, I had that we haven't talked about is Dean in Get Out. When he takes that antler head or whatever and just stabs him in the neck with it.
That is my favorite. That is like
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
Again, that guy fucking had it coming, so I didn't feel bad
Yeah.
for him. This one I don't know if a lot of people have seen, but it's another one I have to look away from. But the first time I saw it, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's from Fear Street 1994. So I don't know if anybody watched those on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh no, I didn't.
with the bread slicer.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
A girl's head goes through a bread slicer. Use
Nice.
your imagination. Ah. I had Jennifer from Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Welcome to prime time, bitch. It's always a good one.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
And then I had Glenn from Nightmare on Elm Street because I just felt like that bed thing was so creative. We
The
lost
blood,
Shanna.
the
Probably.
blood geyser.
Yeah, that was just crazy. I think. Oh, and then last one, Kelly Meeker from Halloween 4. When he just impales her with the shotgun,
Yeah.
sticks her
Yeah.
up the wall, like
Oh my gosh.
that's crazy. So
That was a good one too.
Yeah.
all right. Well, solid lists. I had a few other ones, but nothing like crazy. Oh, there's Shan. So
Sorry, my internet went out.
oh, well, that's okay.
Oh.
I think the only one damn it, I'm sorry. The only one you missed was me saying Kelly from Halloween 4 with the shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. Well, thank you everybody so much for being here. Donna, why don't you tell everybody about your podcast and where they can find you and all that good stuff?
Well, you can pretty much find me anywhere that you listen to podcasts. It's Donna the Dead podcast, and I do a lot of horror reviews, or I like to make a lot of lists. So usually I do a lot of horror lists as well. So that's where you can find me. And I'm on Instagram and Twitter, formerly known as Twitter X, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
not what I call it. Okay,
But
so
yeah, that's it.
you know what nobody has answered for me? What are retweets called now? Are they just called reposts? Because that is what it says. It says repost now instead of retweet.
Yeah.
No, can you not think of something cute to go with X, like Twitter retweet? Like, if you're going to make us change the name, give us a cute thing to go with the retweet.
Right.
Call it a retweet. Okay, but yes, everybody go follow Donna, listen to her, and I really hope you come back to do more of these because
X squared.
Oh, that's a good one.
do you want to square this tweet? Yes, I do.
Do you want to square the X?
And then Chancey, tell us about Maniacal Musical Musicings and all that other jazz.
We shoot it live, and we also do, the brackets and stuff like that. We take 3 albums, we'll have a guest on, everybody picks an album, drop a top 5, drop a review. You can find it on YouTube and Facebook under the Unapologetic, Uncensored, and Untamed. I probably messed that up, but it's 3 U's.
There you go.
And Spotify, all the stuff like that. Yeah, it's a good time. You guys, it's always open doors.
And the show is officially called Maniacal Music Musings. I just like to mess it up because I like my version better. What can I say? Where was I when you came up with the names? Okay, Shan, why don't you talk about the podcasts that we do and the other ones that we co-host?
Well, Amanda and I are thriving over on our true crime podcast called Crime Rewind, where we talk about the old, cold, and often untold true tales of crime. We drop that every Tuesday with a brand new case. Amanda and I also are co-hosts on An Evening at the Movies, where we are right in the middle of kicking off Halloween Horror Fest, where we review and watch all of our favorite horror movies, as well as our chaos bracket. And then we also co-host with Casey Literature Reapers. We just got done doing our read with Chancey Grive, where we did The Hellbound Heart, and then we will be doing To Kill a Mockingbird later this month.
Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird episode should be coming out soon, and then for October we are reading Bad Games by Jeff Menapace. So I haven't started it yet, but I need to.
Me either. Today's the first. I mean, let's not go crazy.
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, but I usually start early, so I've been. The problem is October. Like, we sat down and did our schedule the other day for all our shows, and it's like I'm building up my 4 sip lists for this month, and then I'm not recording anymore this month unless something random comes up. Because October for me is all about horror. It's about making pumpkin bread and watching scary movies and just enjoying all of that. And like my dance card is full of podcasts and football games, and really, I just want to sit around and watch scary movies.
Well, I promise
that
to
too
keep
much
the
to
Crime
ask?
Rewind Halloween themed.
Yes, I wanted. Yeah, this background is our Crime Rewind background normally when we record, but I was like, it's spooky. I'm going to keep it. And I will say real quick, true crime podcasts have been kind of in the hot seat lately. A lot of people, especially like on TikTok, are really coming down hard on them. And I, understand there's many different reasons why people feel the way they feel about certain podcasts. But what I will say about Crime Rewind is that we do have a little bit of comedy, but it's mostly we're not in any way making fun of what's happened to people, but we are trying to talk about cold cases. We're not just regurgitating, Ted Bundy and, Ed Gein or even anything else. We're not trying to push ourselves forward based on people's tragedy, but there's so many murders or disappearances that have just gone unsolved, and these people's families deserve justice. And so that's our goal. And, take that for whatever you will. I know I shouldn't feel like I have to defend our show, but that true crime is definitely on its way. It's on a downward slope right now as far as podcasts go. So I just want people to know that ours is not like My Favorite Murder, which of course, we have no kind of following like that. But I used to listen to My Favorite Murder all the time. And, I get what people are saying, but, we're here to help. So
Yeah. And if there's any laughter that occurs during the course of our podcast, it's typically because one of us has said something dumb.
Yeah, we're laughing at each other or ourselves. Yeah. Always. It's a daily occurrence. So, all right. Well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys doing this. It was kind of a last minute thing. So I am super excited. And this will come out in October. And everybody go watch the movies we talked about. Have a great day, a great week, a great weekend. And when life gets tough, just keep sipping. Goodbye.
Bye.